Okay, we are live. Okay, 1 hour. We're going to spend 1 hour, invest 1 hour, or waste 1 hour doing this. Mm, I'm going to open the. Now this should be called chalkboard. And I am thinking that I should spend my entire day books, with this program and finish it. Okay, okay. Let's now open code. I don't know why, since we are doing nothing. We are not programming nor even coding, even even coding. Um, yes, uh, there is a lot of information processing before you can actually program or code, and maybe if you're in a rush, you might want to use some sort of artificial intelligence assistant. So you can be free time and do other things or produce more things. I don't know. Or in order for the artificial intelligence assistant to understand the thing for you and process the information for you, and then you get to the one part, which is writing code. You can use only the artificial intelligence assistant to help you, to assist you to understand the problem at hand. You can send prompts, and once you understand the problem, then you can get to code, knowing what to do, and you can leave the assistant alone or keep using it. I don't know, because maybe we are. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the way of the future. I don't know. Um, okay, we are here, and we are not making apparently progress, but we are very little progress. Almost no progress, but there is progress. Almost no progress. So there is progress as long as we have a session. There will be something. Uh, we will move in the middle, in the right direction, even by I don't know the smallest quantity, the smallest amount of progress. It feels like we are just wasting our time. Uh, okay, now we have this again. But remember, we found yesterday. And believe it or not, I was able to memorize this thing. I don't know why. I don't tend to memorize these things. As long as the origin is at 0, 0, 0, we have this equation that we found on Wikipedia, and now I'm going to erase everything. I'll draw this thing, put a number in here, and let's suppose we have a radius of 3. And then we need to know. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Just pretending. So this point is 0, 3. Uh, what else? So we have this radius of 3, and, and what else? Yeah, we have this point, and we want to know if this point is part of the circle. And then we will try with some other point over here. Something in my brain is saying use another color, but you know, how do you know your thoughts are yours? Um, this seems a crazy question, but it is not. In Mathematician's Lament by John Locke, the guy is devoting quite some time to explore the thinking side of the mathematics, and this guy tends to introspect a lot to do their thinking process. So I don't think, hey, Caleb has become crazy. That's not true. This is what some people do anyway. Um, 203. I'm seeing the page of the book of the PDF from where the quote is, but I am unable to remember the quote. But I'm seeing it in my mind. Seeing a lot of characters written. I am. If I open the PDF, I will be able to find it. But maybe tomorrow. He says something about uh, the nature of the dogs. But this is not good. Saying some harsh uh, thing is not good. I will come up with the code tomorrow. Mm, so first we're going to try this. If this point out of the circle, if this is, is this a circle? This drawing? It's up to you to decide. And oh, oh my God. Well, okay, X square. I don't know if I will be able to solve this. So be ready for see me quote unquote suffering because I am not suffering with this. So the radius is 9. So X is 0. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's spend the time. Let's spend the night uh, in this fashion. So 3 again. Uh, this radius is 3. I don't know why I'm doing this. 0 plus 3 squared is 9. And then you can have it. This holds as a true statement. So I suppose this point belongs to the circle. And then we can have, 5. Just let's avoid all of this. 5 squared is 25. Equals 9, which is this. So this point does not belong to the circle. And someone will say, and why are you doing this to me, Caleb? I have, I am watching this video because it says a live coding, but so after one interruption of the internet, I came here. I'm checking that we are live. Apparently, yes, we are live. I was thinking that we were, like, uh, the stream being cancelled, something like that. So let's go back to our drawings. Spending the night in this way, 1 hour. Someone will say, well, "Why are you doing this? Well, this has to do with the problem that you had in hand." Well, I don't know. Well, we found out that we need that with this equation, we were able to see. It seems we are live. So when this thing, sometimes the internet get behaves in this way, and then I come here, yeah, I come here, and it says stream. Somewhere over here says stream. Right now it does not say stream, so we are live. We are still live. Hmm. We were saying that with this equation, uh, we will have some points and then decide whether these points belong to the circle or not. Now, at some point of my life, I heard that there are infinite points on the line. So if you're thinking that you are going to calculate every single point, store all these points in some sort of map, maybe that's not the way to go. In order to look for between all the gazillions of points of, on this circle to detect which one is the one related to a rotation of 90 degrees. That's, I don't think that's the way to go. Uh, so we will need to, you know, um, having this point, move this point, or find it's not the same point. That's another thing that the book says. The book says that the point ends on top of an existing point. So you're not moving the point. There is another point in here, or maybe you are moving the point. And this is minus 3, 0. We need to find 0, 3. without storing any number of points anywhere. We need to calculate, find some sort of formula. Given these points, or any given any given other point, find the one that is it's in relation of this point with a rotation of 90 degrees. You know, this sounds very cool, very smart. And someone will say, "Oh my God, this guy, he knows." But I'm just talking. I don't have idea how to start to calculate these things or how to discover the formula. Discover the formula. Uh, so in Wikipedia, you saw that there was some sort of a triangle. Well, I don't know. Yeah, there is a triangle, but now what? I don't have experience working with triangles on the Cartesian plane. So, yeah, there is a triangle. Now what? So that's why I brought my book on geometry because yesterday I mentioned that I will be looking at this book live and you will get to see me reading this book. Well, I will not read it review. I will not read it for you. So you will have some sort of idle time. So maybe you will find another uh, use for your time instead of seeing a person opening a book, right? Maybe you are into human behavior uh, studies, and maybe you want to see this. I don't know. Uh, that's why I'm doing this because there are people that are learning of different sciences. I don't know all the sciences, so maybe some university will find this video useful if they are in the. I don't know. Let's see how people find things. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. Really. To be honest, I don't care. But still, the information will be there public for the public. Yeah. Okay. Line segment figures. Symplectic geometry. Euclidean geometry. That's the one. We were trash talking Euclid yesterday, quoting Oliver Heaviside. But the guy is amazing, don't trash talk Euclid. And there is Euclidean geometry. So maybe take from Euclid whatever helps you and find some other ideas to learn geometry. Okay, so don't hate Euclid. Okay, introduction to the circle. Okay, operations available. I said that I will not read this for you, but it is a little bit. I don't know. It's come on. If someone is near to you, maybe you want read this. Uh, okay, the geometry of triangle and other figures. We will not find any equations here. This is geometry by the sake of geometry. Uh, Maybe that's why I really enjoy this book. It's a way to get you started. This is a great way to get you started in mathematics. In how mathematics are exercised, practiced. like the practice of programming. Some people say the practice of programming. So this is what mathematicians do. There is a glimpse on this book, and every human being is very capable to do it, even if someone tell you or yourself, you say to yourself that you cannot. Maybe this is the right book. So let's see the circle, and then use some other books if we are unable to find anything in some sort of reasonable time, half an hour, maybe tomorrow. Then we're going to look to some algebra book and look for the equations on problems in some algebra books. And after solving some problems, we are unable to find some rotates the relation of how the point moves. Uh, then we will look for the thing on Google directly. And we will not be ashamed of doing that because we will not be in a position of total ignorance or darkness. We will understand a little bit. If they come with some terminology, we will be able to, oh my God, so this, I was missing this. It's not going directly to the answer. You know, you spend 2 hours, 3 hours. If you cannot afford it, then you can go and look for the answer. But there is this guy, Keith Devlin, that says that, yeah, we should try. And some other people take years solving a problem. It's up to you. And we are not on a deadline to deliver this program. And so we say that if that is a circle is a set of all points such that the segment connecting any point on it with a fixed point O has the same length. With this definition, this is not a circle because this is lesser, um, small segment than this segment. But we can approximate it. Mhm. So by definition, any radius of a particular circle has the same length. Okay. Segment. Again, there are some drawings in here which is amazing. Uh, I want to translate this book into Spanish. I want to promote this book. Or the way these guys managed to present the information. Then there are some intersections of the circles. Um, then there are some operations available. Mark the intersection points of a line and a circle. And mark the intersection points of two circles if they intersect. Given any 2 points, A and B, we can draw a circle with its center at one of these points and radius of B. This is amazing. Just reading this, and you imagine how you have 2 points and you draw a smile. This thing draw a smile in your face. you will be happy reading about this. Uh, you're having a hard time. Just read this and say, given any 2 points, A and B, we can draw a circle with its center at one of these points and a radius at B. And this is true. And we humans, some of us, love truth. You know, properties of a circle, and you have some properties. And then there are a lot of drawings, okay, comparing segments, comparing angles, then degree measure. Then we have a lot of circles in here. The name of some angles: acute angle, obtuse angle, convex angle. And maybe you will enjoy this when reading this book, and then you will forget about these things if they are not part of your day to day or your life. You will forget the exact the details, but you will the things. And this is said by this guy, Helfan. mm, the skill of the thinking that you obtain, the mind, the way of thinking that you obtain from studying this book will be with you your entire life. You will forget about acute angle. Maybe. I don't know what kind of memory you have, how good your memory is, but the thinking will be with you. Then we have addition of angles. I need another book because this is, some sheets are this book is tearing apart. Uh, it's sad, but it's not my fault. It was like very uh, reducing this care. But this is a book that I will certainly buy again without hesitation. Okay, here we are. Here they are talking about rotation. Mm, mm, mm. Sorry, with figures, turns, and reflections. In the previous section, we define the degree measure of an angle. We now define a turn rotation through a certain angle. The idea is arriving into my brain. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. We will not find the answer here because this guy does not deal with coordinates. We will have the notions in here and get to appreciate the transformations in without the language of numbers, as they say. But this book does not deal with coordinates, and we need a relation with these variables. We need to find uh, points located in this plane, or in the case of the computer, in this plane, this is 0, 0. And I have the other book and the method of coordinates. Let us see the index, and if the circle is there, then I will go and grab the, I think, the method of coordinates, self and table of contents. I don't think this. Okay, here it is. So where's the index? You know the contents. Oh, table of contents. So we have the number axis, the absolute value of a number, which I was, uh, I was trying to understand this. Uh, some problem. There was a problem expressing some quantities in terms of the absolute value. Now, some expressions, the distance between 2 points, the coordinates of points in the plane, the coordinate plane, relations connecting coordinates, defining figures. We begin to solve problems. Yeah, and there is some problems in here that you really say, oh, I didn't think of this in this way. And coordinates, acts, and planes define figures in space. General considerations, dimension four dimensional space. So there is no circle over here. So we need to switch our attention. Uh, I can go and look for the book, but I don't want to stand and just read the book. Maybe I should do it. Just wait a minute. Uh, I will bring the book. Hopefully this thing does not get disconnected. So here it is. Here is the method of coordinates. And this is not the section books that I don't read because I haven't read or finished all these books. Well, here's the other one that I was mentioning, trigonometry. And I saw some sort of circle section over here. So I am not pretending. I am not showcasing this as I don't read these books. I bought these books some years ago. I have started reading these books, but then I said to myself, come on now, I need first to know some basic algebra and some maybe arithmetic, and then I come back to this. But it's not maybe the case that you should, uh, you know, because I was saying yesterday that maybe solving a bunch of problems, maybe that's not the way to go. And then I have another book that talks um, how mathematics connects in terms of the history. So I'm taking a look at the uh, okay, radian measure and the unit circle conversions between degrees and radius, arc length of a circle, area of a sector. The unit, I should spend my entire day reviewing these books. The unit circle functions. I don't know. I think this is too much for what we have to do. So I'm putting this book aside for the time being. For the time being, I think this is too much. Since I cannot buy all the books available, I go to Internet Archive and look for some available books to borrow. In this fashion, these guys have, uh, these authors have some books on algebra. So maybe Internet Archive has, you see that there is a lot of, I was reading Understanding Numbers in elementary school. Oh my God, it's a mess. I need to organize myself. Layout. So layout, just in case. I'm not endorsing these books. The Hellman book, yes, the geometry, but that book, I haven't read that book, so I don't know. It's up to you to buy it or not, but the geometry book, I had finished that book and I recommend that book. If you're hesitating, uh, intermediate algebra, probably this, probably in here we are going to find the circle. So let's look at the table of the intermediate algebra. Margaret Lyell table of content. In order to not borrow the book, just to realize that it does not have the topic that we are looking for. So we are coming here, and then if it has it, then we can borrow the book from the Internet Archive. It will be an older edition, but mathematics has been with us like forever. So don't worry if you are missing some extra exercise in the new edition. They are making progress in terms of pedagogy. How do you say this? Pedagogy. Maybe they are explaining a little bit better, adding some exercises. But okay, where's this? I accept everything, all the cookies. What is this? So where's the studio skill table of contents, completing, show more fractions, linear equations, graph and functions. Yeah. So where's the circle factoring? This is pure algebra methods, um, and procedures on algebra, inverse exponential and logarithmic functions, nonlinear functions, conic sections. Yesterday we learned that the circle is a conic section, maybe, as we didn't read. We did. Oh yeah, circles. So circles, conic section. I don't know. Um, so is the latest topic. So yeah, we're going to take a look at what it says about uh, the circle. This is the I don't know, probably the first edition. You know, I don't think we will be missing a lot. Still, you can afford the books, all the books. You know. So I'm going to log in and borrow 'Now I suppose Internet Archive borrow. We're going to use this book for 15 minutes. We have spent 1 hour. Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. You see, it's the same thing. We are missing the conic sections. Oh, here is the conic section. And they have these sequences and series that they don't have in the latest edition. Oh, they have it. They say the binomial theorem. Okay, so 69. 69, 7 additional graphs and functions, the circle and ellipses. Maybe we can write these guys and say put some sort of a number field, web field, text field in which we write the page we need to go. But we have a slider, they are doing enough. They are doing a lot by having these books available. So let's not complain. I forgot the number of the page. So let's go back to the index. 600. Oh my God. Look, where's the okay, here. I'm having a hard time because there's this issue with the screen. So every 3 seconds I get to see like three cursors. Let me see, two cursors. One cursor. Yeah, one cursor. I was messing with you. Yes, only one. Now what's happening? Okay, conic sections. Okay, we're going to review this thing for 5 minutes. Mm, it's not this. Okay. Okay, there are transformations in here. It says applying a horizontal shift. So maybe I want to read this carefully instead of this chapter on my own, or maybe live. I don't know. The graph of okay graph. There is a function here. The absolute value of x minus 2, and then we have x minus 2 squared. Okay, is obtained by okay, it says x minus 2 squared is obtained by shifting the graph of y equals x squared to units. This is right. And what's happening here is that you start. Oh my God, this is green. You start with this. This is your starting point. Y equals x squared, and then you want to perform translation. Here they are calling it shift uh, by 2 units, and you end with x minus 2. Since it says minus 2, I was thinking it should be here minus 2, but maybe, yeah, we should study this graph because if, oh my God, maybe this point 2, maybe this sort of, okay, let's call it the intersection of these two lines should be here on the minus 2. So anyway, here's a shift, and the exercise says that you should give the domain and range. But it says to the right. Yeah, maybe we need to take some 10 minutes to study this. And we will arrive on why it is on the right. Oh, it says to the right. Still, someone will say, then it should be x plus 2. And you need to explain for these people why it's minus 2 instead of plus 2. So anyway, these are shift or translations. The vertical shift. Mm, okay. Applying both horizontal and vertical shifts. Graphing the greatest integral function. And then there are some exercises. And then we finally arrive to the circle. Circle. When an infinite cone is intersected by a plane, now this is new to me. Infinite cone is intersected by a plane. The resulting figure is called a conic section. Well, this is a circle, an ellipse, parabola, hyperbola. Find an equation of a circle given the center and a radius. The circle I mean, here they are deriving the equation that Wikipedia have presented. Yeah, I would like to study this derivation or to review it carefully. Okay. Um, well, there's no need to do it. This is the distance formula. I have seen this before. And then since the origin is 0, 0, you end with x and x plus pi square. But you have this radical here, square root, and then in order to suppress, if you will, this radical you square, well, you need to square this side. So the radical disappears and this ends as 9, and these inner squares remain the same because you just square the outside. And here it is. I'm not sure if we should uh, translate. If if we want to to derive this by ourselves, I don't know how to start thinking on this problem. Uh, to start finding relations because I don't have so much experience working with these angles. Because it should be for all angles, not only for 90 degrees. 90 degrees is convenient, but it should be for all angles. And if it should be for all angles, I suppose it entails some trigonometry. I am thinking it entails some sort of trigonometry. But I don't know if I want to spend 20 hours deriving this thing, or just to spend 5 more hours, 5 more sessions, and then look for the answer. Uh, well, now I have learned about why they are called conic sections. You know, this is great. It is a great investment of time. You know, learning is always a good idea. Okay, time's up. Time's up. But this it still seems too mechanical. But you need all these tools, even if you are deriving it for yourself, you really need all this baggage of uh, procedures or algorithms uh, to work with the symbols, even if you're trying to do it on your own. It's necessary, this algebra thing. Okay, then they are finding the equation of a circle with this, given this point and this radius. Okay, this thing, as I am reading it for a high school student, uh, putting myself again into the high school mindset that these things reads very hard. You know, if someone you are having a good time, and then someone comes to you and say, "Okay, find the center of the radius of the circles, and then give you all of this. You say, oh my God. Okay, so these things, this is why these stuff, people are afraid of this because you're just smiling or looking around, and then someone comes to you, the instructor maybe. Okay, now find the center, and they give you a lot of numbers. Oh my God, now what? Is this guy crazy or what? And you have to do it. But maybe we should find ways to tell the students, okay, so you're having, let's start with some counting, you know, without compromising the, the rigor or the, I don't know, I'm ignorant. But, instead of throwing these things to the people, to help everybody to achieve this level, this, um, yeah, level of understanding or level of proficiency level. I don't know. Okay, recognize the equation. So everybody will be happy doing mathematics as long as they don't want fame, because wanting fame maybe is frustrating. And then you will say this to someone, and the people will think of the producer from the 80s, Quincy Jones, the one that produced Michael Jackson, instead of John Quincy Adams. Okay, I'm just messing with you because the time has expired and we achieved almost nothing. Well, we learned something, so it's great. It was a great investment of time. So, no Quincy Jones, it's John Quincy Adams. Right, get it right. Okay, the path of Earth or planet. And look at this graphing ellipsis. A graphing ellipse shift horizontally and vertically. Great. Graphing calculator. Oh my God, look at this. And then you are right to this technology insights. So no rotation over here. Where this topic is. Okay, let's return the book. Let's see if we search for algebra 2. Maybe there is algebra 3. Algebra 2, rotation of a circle, table of contents. I'm not looking for the equation. I don't want this Gemini to give me the answer. I want to see books. And rotations, maybe here. This is for maybe I don't understand this, but I do know that I'm lacking some or need to refresh some mathematics from early years. Is there a Led Zeppelin album called Early Years? Oh yeah, okay, album. I remember there are some albums the early days. So early days. Okay, early days. So maybe a mathematics book that it's called Mathematics, Early Days, for the people like me and some others. Now these guys are great rock and roll band. Some this thing came into my mind while thinking on mathematics, early years, early days. Yeah. So mathematics, early days. Functions, vertical. So my grounding reveal mass. What's this? I don't want to. Let's take a look at this with the caveat with B. With the caveat, maybe that we are going to find the equation. And I wanted to really think about a little bit more. Yeah, and it has to do with trigonometry, algebra and trigonometry. Should we look to this? If we look into this, but I don't know trigonometry. I don't. There's no need for me to continue pretending, trying to find this thing. There is a book by Helfan and the other co-authors. So I don't know. Uh, that I haven't read. Only if I need trigonometry, we can continue because we have the background to do our exploration. We can do it anyway and maybe find some trigonometry by ourselves, but it will take us 100 hours. And I will not read the book prior to finishing this software. So maybe it's time to say, okay, we don't know trigonometry. And I don't feel bad about it because Oliver Heaviside himself said, I forget about trigonometry. I forgot about trigonometry. So I don't feel bad. We need to refresh trigonometry. And even if the Oliver Heaviside himself didn't say it, you shouldn't feel bad about forgetting things from the past. You just need to refresh it. So maybe we should take a look at this tomorrow and find the equation already derived for us. If they are deriving the equation like the algebra book, we will try to understand the derivation. Other than that, maybe it's time to say, okay, we are lacking trigonometry. It's time to go ahead and find the equation and see the connections. Try to apply the thing in our drawings because we still need to adapt. But whatever we find, we will have to apply it on this plane. All right. Learning objectives. Find the function values for the sign. Oh my, look at this. Identifying the domain range. What is this? The unit circle. Oh, the unit circle. Oh, there is this unit circle in here. Yeah. How in the world we will find this? I don't know this. So we will need to find how this point will move over here. And we will use cos and sin, we will be and cosine and sine. And, we will be spending our entire, maybe 1 year trying to find it. We will find cosine by ourselves. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, it's time for us to take a look at it. We can read this. I will read the unit circle tomorrow on my own. Then read this live, this I don't know what is this open stacks, and see what's going on here. Maybe try to solve some problems. Look at this. Oh, there will be a lot of these things. I'm not sure about this. There will be a lot of pie. So get ready with your soda. There will be a lot of pie over here. Uh, don't do this to your students. I'm not a teacher, but I will never say this joke to some students. Expecting, hey people, there will be pie tomorrow. So they will arrive full of looking forward for the pie. And then you will say, okay, here it is. Enjoy it. Here's some pie for you. They will be mad at you. They will hate you. And they will not learn anything. So thank you very much. And see you maybe, hopefully, tomorrow with the grace of above Lord, which is, I believe in that. There is also a place in Rumble On by Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I suppose. I don't remember. Yeah. Yes. Now it's time for me to go. So thank you very much. But I believe in God. So thank you very much.